AI is leverage. AI is leverage, and this is important. AI is leverage, but leverage without directions creates noise, and this is important. AI is leverage, but leverage without direction creates noise. So most people do not need more AI tools. They need a better workflow, a better method, and this is our way to work, man.
Welcome to Success Leaves Clues, the podcast where we interview business owners on how they built their businesses and the hard lessons they learned along the way. My name is David Swin, and I'm a business coach and the founder of Purple Circle, where we help business owners achieve their first 6-figure, 7-figure, and 8-figure year, all without sacrificing their quality of life. Before becoming a business coach and before founding Purple Circle, I started and scaled several 7- and 8-figure coaching businesses and have been a consultant at several businesses doing over $100 million each, including some that are publicly listed and doing over $1 billion each. In every episode of the podcast, you're going to learn lessons that took our guests years to learn, and you'll be able to learn that in minutes. No matter if you're a new business owner or an established business owner, every episode is going to give you the clues in order to elevate your business.
Welcome to Success Leaves Clues podcast. I'm Pedro, and today I'm joined by Jordi Segura, CEO and co-founder of Centella Education, whose mission to make AI accessible and practical for everyone has led him to train over 4,000 students and reach more than 200,000 professionals through free webinars across multiple sectors. Jordi leads both an international AI and technology consultancy and a pioneering AI content creation agency in Andorra, combining his background as a data scientist for multinational companies with a proven ability to translate complex AI concepts into practical, no-code solutions. His entrepreneurial resilience was on full display in 2020 when he successfully launched a thriving mask business, proving that adaptability and innovation are at the core of everything he does. Welcome to the show, Jordi.
Welcome, Pedro. Nice introduction. I think I will do it better.
Okay, well, first of all, that's all on you to blame, right? I was just chilling in Brazil here, Jordi. You were doing everything, right? So you're the one to blame, but let's move on. And it's great to have you from the moment I met you, right? And I am kind of a comic book nerd myself, Jordi. I gotta admit. So I love the origin stories, right? The first edition. So let's rewind a bit, because every coach has that moment where they look at their life and say, yeah, I guess this is what I'm doing now, right? So when was that for you?
Well, I think that I have always loved technology, math, and explaining complex ideas in a simple way. When ChatGPT appeared, Arman, my co-founder, and I were living together, and I was already studying and working around AI in that time called data science. Nowadays, no one calls data science anymore, and it's all AI, generative AI. So I immediately saw that this wasn't just another tool; it was a change in how people would work, learn, create, and make decisions. But what we saw around us was interesting. Technical people, techies, were excited. No, I was excited. I really was excited because I was using it to code, to make stuff in my job. Young people were trying it fast, but many normal people, no professionals, tried once or twice and said, "Okay, this doesn't work for me." No, I don't know if you remember the first versions of ChatGPT, and yeah, I think that a lot of us thought that sentence, I think, became very important for us because the problem wasn't that AI didn't work. The problem was that people didn't know how to talk to it, how to think with, or how to connect with their real problems. And so we started. So we started teaching AI in Spanish in a very practical way, and this is our memo, no, in a very practical way. At the beginning, we were not trying to build a huge company. I think that maybe a lot of entrepreneurs think, yeah, Forbes and this stuff. No, we just were trying to answer one question: how do you make AI useful for people who are not technical, who are not like us? And yeah, at the beginning, Arman and I were not sitting in a boardroom with a perfect business plan. We did it, but wasn't perfect, obviously. We're two young guys from down near Barcelona that you will probably know, trying to understand one thing: why was this technology so powerful for us, but so confusing for normal people around us? Why they are not seeing the same things as us? And that question became the company. And one thing I'm learning now is that growth doesn't automatically make things easier. Sometimes it creates higher quality problems, but at the beginning the question was, can we make this work? Can we approach this technology to that kind of people?
Mm, interesting. Okay, I love the fact that starts so simple, right? You're trying to answer a simple question, right? You establish that you're trying to help normal people, but I want to understand sort of a leap of faith, right? That happens because you had your roommate, which became your co-founder too, right? You guys launched the business. Armand, did I got that right?
Arman, yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. But I want to understand the, that feeling from I'm helping people. This is kind of happening to, you know what? I'm building a real business around this. That realization that you actually have when you're building and you're like, oh, this is something that that click when that happened for you guys.
I think that happened really fast because our beginnings were really, really quick. In our first webinars, we trained more than 20,000 people, which was really interesting. We had more than 200 students at the time. And then we had to start hiring people. And when you start managing people, yeah, everything feels like, okay, I'm building something that it's not just around us or only us, both of us. We are start managing people. We have people and we have to teach more people. We have to do it in a certain way. So yeah, maybe that was the click that, okay, young guys, 20, 22 at that time, 20, yeah, 21 and 23 at the time. Armani is younger than me. And we thought, okay, we have to put our things on it because we have to do it really well. And well, we've launched every 2 months, and in the last year in 2025, yeah, we trained over 500,000 people. So
Mm.
yeah, it was
Okay,
amazing.
I'm very interested about one thing because you're helping people. You mentioned yourself, non-techies, right? To work with AI, and then you guys are very technical, as it sounds like, right? And then you launched the business. It kind of exploded, right? Everything was like very fast as you established. So how did you guys navigate dealing with people? When you have like, okay, I'm prepared to do X, Y, and Z on a technical field, but now I have to manage, I don't know, Becky from HR or John that is not showing up. How do you guys manage it?
I think it's a life question, no? Because you have to do it weekly. This question, you don't have the answer. I keep trying to, I could try wondering how to manage people. We have paid a lot in order to learn because I think this is one of our main philosophies to try. Yeah, success leaves clues. I mean, that's it, success leaves clues. So we try to learn from other people who has been in our place, in our stage of the company, and we've done it this since the beginning, and we keep doing it. We keep doing it in order to manage. We keep hiring people who have managed more people than us and who are better than us in that position. I mean, I do not know everything, and I have tried always to teach this to our employees. We don't know everything, and we allow ourselves to fail.
Hmm. I love that. I love how open you are about not being perfect. I mean, at the end of the day, you also need help, right? Everyone needs it. Your clients need, you need. Okay, that's interesting. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the business because after you got rolling, right? In the early days, you start helping everyone, but eventually, certain type of people keep showing up. You know, the ones you realize, okay, this is my avatar, this is my ideal client profile, this is the people I tend to serve, right?
Mhm.
So who are these people that you serve now?
So the audience, the ideal client.
Mm,
Well, we mainly work with three types of people. First, I would say professionals who want to reinvent themselves or stay relevant. Second, business owners who want to bring AI into their company and improve operations, marketing, sales, customer support, or productivity. And third, that's really interesting, people who want to offer AI services, automation, chatbots, AI workflows, consulting, or implementation. And the common point is that they are not just curious about AI, they want to use it, they want practical transformation. Transformation is another word that we use a lot. They want to know what to do on Monday morning, not just understand the theory that I learned when I was doing the master. No, they want to be practical, and we've created that, and we've created a practical program for non-tech people, though we have some technical people, because uh, for example, to be an engineer, you don't have to know everything about AI. AI is not databases as it used to be in technical ways. So a lot of technical people have to reinvent themselves too.
okay, interesting. Now let's do a game of pretend here, Jordi. Let's pretend I'm one of those three, right?
Okay.
Let's pick the business owner bringing AI because I'm
Okay.
actually a business owner. I am a coach, and AI is a hot topic, and we have a lot of people listening that are also in the same spot. So first of all, consider I'm that guy. Okay,
Okay.
how would I be able to find you marketing wise and your company?
Okay, so we have two channels. I would say like everything, paid marketing and organic marketing. We are really, really focused on organic right now to grow, to create a lot of content in our social media. So you might have found us in social media, in YouTube, in Instagram. Yeah, those channels are our, yeah, those those social platforms are the ones that work better for us, and the other one, which has been the best one for us, is paid media. So we launched these 4-day free webinars called AI 3 in 4, where our promise is that you advance 3 years of technology in just 4 days. And we do 2 hour, right now today is our first, for example, we do 2 hours of free live webinar, 4 days from Monday to Thursday, where we teach practical AI from zero to 100 if we have time. And the last day is the day where on Thursday we present, and we present our postgraduate program. Yeah, postgraduate in AI, in generative AI and automations, and we explain how we work, what we do, the professors, the platform, and everything.
Okay. So let's pretend I saw your paid marketing or even the organic side, right? And what you guys got out there. And I'm still that guy in the scenario, okay? I'm still the ideal client profile. And I was like, you know what? This is awesome. I like this. Okay. I'm still like I'm resonating with it. And
Okay.
then I reach out eventually. I go through the sales process. Okay.
Okay.
I buy from you guys. Let's say there is alignment. Okay, Jordi. I like what I see. You guys realize you can help me too, right? Because I know that's important. But let's say there is alignment. Can you walk me through how does it look like to work with you guys and outcomes I can expect?
Of course. Yeah, of course. So we work in a cohort method. So, for example, right now, if you want, you could participate in this program. We only have 1 week every 2 or 3 months where people can enroll. So we work in a cohort. In that cohort, we do like 4 hours of live sessions weekly, two sessions of Q&A, of questions and answers, and one session of practical recap of what we have learned that week. And it's a 4 month intense program. Even though I told you that it was 6 months, we add 2 months at the end of the program in order to, you know, to have some calm and to keep having support. You have 24 hours support from two perspectives. The one, the human team, our team of, of professionals of AI that will answer your questions in less than 24 hours. And of course, we have generative AI thoughts with our content, with our know-how, with every session that we do in our platform. So you can talk 24/7, 365 with it. And that's all. We try to be with you, to be we always say we don't want to teach you, we want to be with you in all this way, in all this path. And we try to personalize all the questions you can, as I was telling you, you can, and you can ask whatever you want into support. You can ask whatever you want in the Q&A sessions. Obviously focus on what we've learned that week. And we've created, again, a very practical program. So you will do 1 week or 2 weeks maybe of theory, because I think it's important, because I've learned it in my master of data science. I think it's important in order for you, for example, to talk to other people, to other experts, or even though to read some news in newspapers and understand them. And then it's very, very practical. So you will, I think that's the key advantage for us. You will practice everything that that you're learning in your day to day. You don't have to wait 4 months or 6 months. You are practicing everything that you're learning weekly into your business. So day to day, for example, when you learn how to communicate with AI, that change, that tip, that session, you can apply it tomorrow. When you learn how to automate, okay, it's going to be a lot of more challenging, but you can apply it next week. When you learn AI agents, you can start creating after the session, so you don't have to wait 4 months, you don't have to wait 2 months. When you begin the program, you start practicing every day, every day, every day. And our logic is to create these professionals, or to create these people who dominate AI in this holistic way, no, in all of the spectrum. Not only ChatGPT, not only a tool. AI is not a tool. AI is leverage. AI is leverage, and this is important. AI is leverage, but leverage without directions creates noise, and this is important. AI is leverage, but leverage without direction creates noise. So most people do not need more AI tools. They need a better workflow, a better method, and this is our way to work, man.
Okay, interesting. So I'm trying to wrap my head around it, right? I'm still well. First of all, I'm kind of a goofball in the both scenarios, in the podcast host and also in this scenario that I'm the ICP. Okay, and I would love, because whenever I'm talking about AI, there's a lot of abstract concepts, right? A lot of possibilities, but sometimes I myself, I lack on practical examples. Okay. So if you had to pinpoint one example from the clients, right, that you saw they joining and you realize what happened during the transformation, right? And I understand AI is leverage and all that, but what would you give as an example? A great outcome that you see your clients coming to the realization after leaving or after ending the cohort. What would that be? Like if you had to pinpoint one.
I would love to say that everyone earns more money. It's not a lie. It's not that easy. A lot of people earns more money. A lot of people have better salaries. A lot of people, as I was telling you, can offer AI services. But the main outcome for, I would say, everyone is saving time. Is saving time. Is being more productive. Is being competitive. Is saving hours of tedious tasks that they do not want to do, and yeah, delegating to AI. Yeah, and this is, I would say, 100% of people save time, and it's logical. I mean, if you are using AI, you know it, but when you start using AI in every task of your life, when you start using AI with a workflow, not using AI tools, okay, this one, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, no, when you start using AI and focus on one and focus on how to create value in yourself, you save a lot of time. And or you are saving time, and this time, for example, myself, I used to multiply myself. I think that I can do 3x, 5x more work than 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay. Now, one thing that I gotta ask, right, is like where I'm looking at your background, and there is the company name, right, Centella Education. You see yourself as a coach. You see yourself as a guide, right? There is an educational piece to it. What's the difference, and why do you see yourself, and you, and also Armand, you guys see yourself as teachers and not necessarily just guys that run AI businesses? Because there are a lot of people out there that see themselves like that, right? But I want to understand your point of view.
I would say, maybe if I understood it well, most people in AI education were doing one of two things. Either, I was telling you, no, either they were too technical, speaking only to engineers, or they were too superficial, showing tools without helping people understand how to apply them. So we tried to stand in the middle, simple enough for normal professionals to understand, but practical enough for a business owner like you to apply, and serious enough to create real transformation, not just entertainment. That it's always important, but real transformation. So our approach is start with the workflow, not the tool. What is the repetitive task? What is the decision you need to make better? Where is the team losing time? Where is the customer experience broken? And then AI becomes useful. No, I don't see AI as magic. I see AI again as leverage, but leverage again only works if you know where to apply it. If you give AI to someone without directions, it creates noise. If you give AI to someone with a clear workflow, a clear problem, and a clear goal, it becomes extremely powerful. That is why I think the future does not belong to the person who knows the most tools. Again, it doesn't matter if you know Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Grok. It belongs to the person who can combine judgment, that's really important in the next decade, taste, systems, and speed. Speed. Yeah, I can give answers, but humans still need to answer, to ask better questions, to evaluate the answers and decide what matters. And this is where criteria works a role there.
Hmm. Okay, I appreciate the insight. Well, let me ask you this, because you're in the coaching space, and AI is like revolutionizing all across industries. But in the coaching space, I've seen people attempting and creating chatbots to replace the coach, right? The human component. So I want your point of view on that, Jordi, since you're an AI expert. Do you see AI replace entirely, like the coaching craft, for example?
Coaching or education has to change. I mean, for many years, education was based on transferring information, but information is now abundant, and this is important. AI is really smart, so the know-how is now abundant. The new role of a coach, of an educator, is to create clarity, is to create judgment, is to create this practice, to practice with them feedback and transformation. AI can give answers, but a great educator, a great coach helps people to know what to ask, how to evaluate the answer, and how to apply it in the real world. That is where human education, where coaching still matters. Because again, and this is one of the things that people who are listening us, I would like to remember: information is now abundant. So having information as a coach is not that important. It's important for you to help people know what to ask, to give them uh, some tools in order to give clarity, judgment, feedback, and to, at the end of the day, to give them that transformation.
Mm, interesting take. Okay. Now let's talk about future, looking ahead. Where do you see the business going? Are you guys thinking about hiring, scaling, or is there a next step you guys are excited about?
Yeah, I'm really excited of a lot of things. I mean, we have done, I won't say mistakes, but some things that we've been trying in the last 12 months haven't gone well. We can doubt them if you want later. But the goal is to make Centella one of the leading AI education and implementation companies, no, for the Spanish speaking market, and then expand that we've been trying in the last months carefully into the English market. I don't want to expand just for the ego because we have done some mistakes there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's that like I mean, you have to know when you are doing it for the ego because I want to grow, grow, grow. Yeah, but you have to put head there. I want to build the right systems, the right team, and the right focus. No, and don't chase the shiny object. That's important. In AI, every week there's a new opportunity, but everything is a priority. Nothing is a priority. No? So the next stage for me is about turning Centella from a fast-growing education company into stronger operating system, a better team, better systems, better student experience. No, because we are also learning how education is changing, and we have to adapt. No, adapting quick and better implementation, more focus. I would say more focus, more focus. Yeah, more focus. Yeah.
Okay. Now, whenever we're aiming towards the next chapter, Jordi, always something we're refining, right, in the present. So, what are you currently trying to improve or tighten up in your business in order to scale?
We are trying, for example, we are trying to right now, because I had the conversation in in the last hour. We're trying to unlock new ways. Again, let's put context there. We are reaching the Spanish market, so someone could only think, for example, of Spain, but Spain has 47 million people. But you have all Latin America, no? All of Latin. There are a lot of people there with different situations, with different economical situations. We've been trying to find a way in order to help them to participate, to enroll in our program in better conditions for us and for them. Obviously, for us and for them. Importantly, because maybe they cannot obviously pay in once or an upfront. So we are trying to find a way to help them to have, for example, 12 payments and these things. We are working, as I was telling you, in we sell or we launch every 2 or 3 months in these cohorts, but we want to sell every day. No, we that's one important change for the business. We want predictability. We want to sell every day, and we wanted to do it in this organic system. We are creating a lot of content. We want to unlock this organic content that sometimes is really, really tough. I would say YouTube is really, really tough, and we want to unlock this piece. We are creating every week a lot of free content, and yeah, our intention is to sell every day different, for example, different low tickets. We are seeing how the market is transitioning into selling a high ticket. For example, a high ticket, 2,000, $3,000 for a Spanish market is a high ticket. We want to create this ladder of value, no, to selling
Mm.
some community, to selling so low ticket, and keep selling every day. Yeah, and I would say these are the main things. We are also Centella Education. We are also launching right now Centella Consulting. That's our way. Well, we are empowering this consulting. We have in the last, yeah, at the beginning of this year, we have hired a CEO, a really powerful CEO. So in order to give direction and to delegate it to him, and yeah, I would say mainly that.
Mm. A lot of spinning plates, it sounds like. That's very exciting too, especially the Centella consulting, right? To get into more of a corporate way of doing things too. I don't think they exclude themselves. You can have the education and the other arm. That's interesting. Now, let's pretend one thing, man. I want to do something fun here. None of this was not fun, by the way, but like I'm a comic book nerd myself, already established that. So let's do a little bit of a sci-fi thing here, okay? Let's pretend we do have a time machine in front of us, okay? And you can go back to your first day in business, the first day you open shop, right? Centella Education. And you can give yourself, past Jordi, one piece of business advice, okay? That you wish you knew back then. What would that be?
Good question. Good question. My personal opinion, I would try to separate Jordi's opinion and CEO's opinion. My personal opinion is I wouldn't change anything because I live in that way. I think that every step you take, it teaches, yeah, it teach something. So I wouldn't change anything. As a CEO, yeah, I would say again, focus to put
Mm.
more money, put more resources, put more time on what is already working, and do not chase this shiny object, this girl, this woman in the dress red, in the red dress. No, So yeah, I would say,
Matrix reference. Here we
yeah,
go.
yeah, metric reference. Yeah, yeah. So I would say focus on, and especially I would
Mm.
say in AI, is an AI field where every day is AI companies are launching new AI tools, new AI opportunities, new AI consulting opportunities. Focus, because yeah, I would say that maybe we've lost time. If you see it in that way, we've lost time trying other things in order to diversify. It's okay, but after that time, I would say focus on gives you on what is already working, and Fente Education, the AI program is working really well. Focusing on, probably it would, yeah, it would have been more returns than diversifying.
Okay. Now we're still in the time machine. Okay, we have another stop, one last stop, I promise you. I want you to pick a moment from day one that you opened shop, right? Started your business, that you could, relive it. If you could live it again, like blank slate. Like if you could leave that experience that filled your cup so much, you felt so, fulfilled by doing so, or that happening to you, what would that be?
I would say I would love to feel the same way, the same pressure, the same pressure that I felt in our first launch. It was an all-in. I mean, I invest everything that I had, everything I had in my bank account after. after the ads, I had uh, 97 euros in my account. Yeah, yeah, and that pressure. I love working with pressure, working under pressure. So yeah, I would like to feel that first launch with our man. We knew how to do it. We knew that we were good. That we now, yeah, we knew that we were good explaining AI. But I would love that feeling again of pressure and the success and our first promotion. That it was incredible, incredible. Yeah.
Mm, I love that. Okay, now, if someone listening wants to connect with you or follow your work, Jordi, where can people find you guys and connect with you? By the way, we're gonna have all the links in the description, right? But the best way to find you.
Yeah, the best way to find us is in social media. I mean, we live there, so Centella.education. We have also launched for the English market, Centella Education in English, where we have a really good head of AI in English, a brilliant person. You can find us in YouTube, you can find us in Instagram, you can find us in centella.com, you can find us everywhere. So yeah, mainly in social media.
Mm. Okay, there were a few moments from this chat today that really stood out to me. I'm going to highlight them really quick. Okay. When we were talking about the origin story, and you put it in such a simple way of like, it's to explain complex ideas in a simple way, to help people, and how to make AI useful for non technical people. I really love the mission because, well, first of all, I have a brother who is a business owner from an AI business. He's a data science PhD. And whenever we're talking, I sometimes clash with him about that same exact subject, which is nerdy people like to talk with nerdy people and they get into their own world, right? And they're like talking for hours. But sometimes people like me, the outsiders, we're like, okay, but how do I see myself there, right? I want to be part of it, right? In a way. So you guys are, in a way, creating that bridge, filling up that gap between technical and people that are really just want to understand what's possible. So there's that. Also, when I asked you about how do you manage people, because that's the irony part, right? You guys are from the tech side, you're helping with the tech side for the people who are not. But you also have to manage people. It's not just about the technical side. And you're so open about the fact that you're still solving it. You're still working on it, right? Like you had mistakes in the past. You also brought that up. So very open about your own struggles. So I commend you on doing that, very vulnerable, but at the same time, you own your own story, right? So kudos to you on that. I stole a quote too from you, which is AI is leverage without direction creates noise, right? I think I got that right. And that is great point of view. Okay, just stole it right now. And the last but not least, I would say it's the first launch when you guys were all in, right? Because a lot of people in the coaching space, they work under the cohort basis, right? That you have a set date. And oh my God, it is scary, man. Sometimes you're like putting out there, you're not sure if they're gonna bite it, if people are gonna show up. I had coaches telling me they had 0 slots, and 24 hours before they filled in. Right? It's like it's that roller coaster of emotions, using a cohort based model. But well, this is just my long winded way of saying, Jordi, that I appreciate what you do, man. I appreciate you being here and sharing so openly today. Okay, it was great having you on.
It was great. I appreciate your time too, Pedro, and it was a pleasure. It was, yeah. I think you've made me recall some kind of moments that I had forgotten.
Nice, good. I always be able to recall those memories.
That's it for this episode. This episode, as well as this podcast, was brought to you by Purple Circle, where we help business owners elevate their business to 6, 7, and 8-figure years, all without burning out. If you're looking to grow your business, as well as get the time freedom that you are looking for, visit us at joinpurplecircle.com and see what we can do to help you and your business.